And when I looked up survival of the fittest, this is what it said. It says, suggested, Darwin, of course, that idiot, that organisms are best adjusted to their environment and they are most successful in surviving and reproducing. So it's whatever that organism is, they adjust to their environment. And they become successful because they adjust, they evolve. There's evolution that takes place. That's right. There's an evolution that takes place when you got saved. Can you say amen? For it is no longer I who lives, but Christ lives in me. That is a metamorphosis. The old Adolis is dead and buried, and from her ashes came about Jesus Christ, who you're looking at right now. I know that sounds crazy, but it's in the Word. He and I are one. So that's why it feels alien. It feels crazy out there. Because you're thinking to yourself, what, do you not see it? You know, there was a Puerto Rican lady from New York that came up to me. And she was like, man, I go to this church in Allentown with Pastor Cole McClenathan. Say that 10 times. And she's like, and you know what? COVID really opened up my eyes to see that I was going to hell. But I loved God. How could that have been? And then I hated Trump, she said. I hated the Republicans. I was a Democrat. But then COVID just took the veil off of my eyes. And then I began to see, I'm not even saved. And I go into this church and they tell me how to be saved. And Pastor Cole starts talking about the government and the New World Order and the agenda that these government places have. And then it opened up my eyes and I'm thinking everything just changed for me. I have family members that hate my guts because they think that I'm now a Trump supporter. And she's like, which I am. But she's like, for the life of me, I couldn't even, I was so shocked. If I had died in that time frame, I would have gone to hell. And you know, that's a really scary thing to realize as a Christian, that you've been added for 15 years and you weren't even saved. You didn't even get into the thick of it. You were just having a little bit of milk every now and again. But you were emaciated. You were anemic. No one introduced you to the meat of the word. And you were going to hell in a handbasket. Is that how you say it? Kind of something like that. I tried. So we are alien because we're born again. We're not of this world anymore. We are ambassadors of Christ. Let me tell you what that means. 2 Corinthians 5:20 says, so we are Christ's ambassadors. God is making his appeal through us. God is making his appeal through us. There is no other hands that God has but your hands. There is no other mouth that God has but your mouth. There is no other feet that God has but your feet. And he's called you to represent him. God is making his appeal through me. Say me. We speak for Christ when we plead, come back to God. That's a heavy weight. That's a big responsibility. People take that way too lightly, and it shows.